What up, is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. I have Jackson here today, and we're going to be doing a little bit different one. We're not going to do Tier 3, Tier 4 Dynasty players until tomorrow. We are going to be talking about draft day trades, draft day picks. Hi. And we're going to see what Jackson says to some different trades and different things, ideas. So when we talk about these tiers, why do we talk about tiers? What does it matter? Is there a big difference between 105, 106? Is there a big difference between 101, 102? I've already seen a lot of people in some different Dynasty chats that have made mistakes that I just want to make sure that you guys aren't doing, because if you guys can avoid these mistakes, these are mistakes that they cost you just a little bit, and you keep doing these little tiny mistakes, and they're going to eventually cost you big time over the long run. And so we want to make sure we try to avoid those things as much as possible. The number one key is have a plan of what this 2022 season is going to do for you. Are you going to compete, or are you going to continue to build? If you are in competition mode, competing mode, of being a top team, trading for 2023 picks might not make as much sense as keeping 2022 picks to continue to build your roster for championship mode this year. If you're a top team, yes, 2023 picks are nice and they're appealing, but that is what Dynasty is all about, is sacrificing some long-term stuff for building a championship now. And so if you're a contending team, I'm okay with trading away 2023 picks to get 2022 picks. Yes, 2023 class is going to be better. It's almost guaranteed. Almost. 99% chance it's probably going to be better. But still, you need players for this year. And you can always try to, after the season's over, work on trading 2022 players, draft picks that you had this last year, or players that are in basically their prime of their career, to try to get 2023 players and reload after the 2022 season. It's something that I feel like teams, I see teams and they go, oh, this trade looks good on paper. It may look good on paper, but then you look at your team and you go, well, you just traded 102 and 107, or 102 and 109 for 223 firsts, yet you're going to compete for the championship this 2022 season. It just doesn't make sense. You need players, of course, especially with the depth of Dynasty. You need players to continue to be able to withstand injuries and bye weeks and all these different things. So I think the number one thing that I always suggest. Oh, Jackson's just running around here. The number one thing I do suggest is have a plan of action for 2022. The next thing is understanding tiers. Why do we do tiers? Why do we do tiers in redraft? Why do we do them in Dynasty? Why do we do them in fantasy football in general? And the biggest key for tiers is to understand where you need to trade to and where the drop-offs are. So I saw a trade, 102 and a mid-second for 101. You are giving up Breece Hall, who I have in my own tier, versus Kenneth Walker. If you didn't watch that video from yesterday, that was yesterday's video. That's a big teardrop. The Breece Hall, I feel like, is a much more of a sure thing than even Kenneth Walker is. Breece Hall is a 3-down back. We've talked about Breece Hall. I think he's easily 101, should be the 101, and I think they said about 60 to 70% of the leagues right now, he's being drafted as the 101. I think that percentage should be closer to like 90%. And Jackson took us down. We're back. Did you not go with the camera? Did you not go with the camera? Jackson, do you like Breece Hall? Do you like Breece Hall? Do you like Kenneth Walker? Little baby. He's like, get off me, Dad. Another teardrop that we talked about, tier 2 to tier 3, because tier 2 was 2 through 5. I see a lot of people trading to 106. That's a dangerous spot to trade to. If you don't get one of the 3 wide receivers, or Hall or Walker, no, we're not knocking down the camera. If you're not getting one of those 5 players, that's a big drop off. And Jameson Williams, I do believe talent-wise could be a tier 2 player, but there's that big injury problem there. And then you start talking about these Sky Moores and the Christian Watsons, and they're not as safe as prospects. Yes, they have the landing spot, but what has landing spot told us in the past? It can be dangerous at times. Landing spots can always change too. Look at Devontae Smith's landing spot was maybe a decent landing spot, and then A.J. Brown goes there. Same for many others. So here, I'm going to pause it right a second. All right, my son was kept trying to take down the camera. So we're over on this aspect. We're over on this camera view, and now he's following me. He's like, I can hunt you down. Jackson! He'll find me. He'll find me and he'll attack me. So, what is your plan for 2022? That's a big one. Tiers, and then understanding draft value, draft capital, I think is just important. And when you're trying to trade players away or into this class, I think this class is actually a decent, like a weaker class, wide receiver, even wide receiver wise, I wouldn't say weaker, but I think that you are able to trade some of these 22 picks for players previously. I traded actually, what was it, 9 and 11? If you get me right here, Dynasty Dads, I think in 9-11 for Devontae Smith, pre-A.J. Brown trade. There are also plenty of other wide receivers and stuff. I'm looking at potentially trading even for Waddle if there's any dip in Waddle's value. DK Metcalf, there's a dip in DK Metcalf's value. There's still value in like Stephon Diggs. There's still depth to be had out there. There's still players to be had, even if they're a little bit more expensive and have to use this 2022 class. I'm probably okay doing that at this point because 2022 class, I just feel like you have Breece Hall and then you have the rest of the class, which is pretty, I mean, there's a lot of worrisome. I mean, I have some worries about Drake London and stuff. Oh. Did you find Dad? Did you find me? I can't hide from him. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're gonna get into more trouble stuff? That is definitely, I'm breaking stuff? Gosh. It's just a Wednesday. Here, I'm gonna grab them. You're back on the video, okay? So definitely, I am trying to trade some of these picks away for good players if I'm a contending team, and the opposite for if I'm a rebuilding team. This is a class that's going to have some next A.J. Browns, the next, oh, you found a pen. They're going to have some DK Metcalf types. They're going to have some good wide receivers, and you might have a N'Keal Harry, a J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in here that is going to bomb some of these picks. So if you want to make that risk, which I would if I'm a rebuilding team, which goes back to rule number 1. What is your plan for 2022? I think that is a huge, important thing. If you're a contending team, which a lot of the teams that I talk to are contending teams, at least on here, I'm messaging a lot of contending teams, or that teams that are on the brink, they've been stuck into this kind of like, I'm 4th, 5th, 3rd, somewhere around there, and I want to be a championship team. This might be the year to just trade that 2022 pick away right when it gets close to your personal draft time and get a player versus drafting that risky rookie. So that is my advice. Gosh, we're going to be doing tiers. Sorry about this crazy video. I wish it was easier. But today he gets to stay home with us because he's got like a little checkup post tongue tie. Jackson, say hi to people. They say that you're the best. Somebody said that you're going to be a good wide receiver, a good running back. Ready? Yeah. Hey. Say hi to people. Why are we laughing at them? Do you like Breece Hall? Hey, do you like Breece Hall? Do you like Breece Hall? Yeah. Do you like Kenneth Walker? Do you like Kenneth Walker? Do you like Drake London? A little bit? You like Drake London a little bit? How about Garrett Wilson? Oh, Garrett Wilson. How about Treylon Burks? Do you like Treylon Burks? Do you like Treylon Burks? I don't know what that means. Indifferent? Do you like Jameson Williams? Yeah? Okay. Well, Jackson's rankings are a little different than mine. He clearly does not like Treylon Burks like some of you. And Kenneth Walker, not a big fan. So, are we going to have to get him down the rankings? And then Breece Hall, Jameson Williams, and definitely Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson might be his 101, right? Or at least your wide receiver one, right? Garrett Wilson. All right, peace out. We'll see you soon. All right, bye.